Backslide has been out for just about a week, and I thought it was a good opportunity to just sit down and analyze the lyrics and the music video. What story is this trying to tell? And I'm going to answer that in this video. The coolest thing for me about this song and music video is that they go hand in hand. The song, if you listen to it by itself, sets up a question, and the music video provides the answer and resolution. I'll show you what I mean in just a second, but first, let me dissect the lyrics. Rat race, place to place, adding weight, tendencies on repeat. Now, a rat race typically alludes to an endless cycle or pursuit of wealth and power. This can apply to the business world, the music industry, so on. Ultimately, this pursuit turns out meaningless because you'll never truly be satisfied or 100% happy with your accomplishments. Tendencies on repeat are the struggles that we constantly fight with every single day. These are our negative aspects to ourselves that every single person has, and it seems like Tyler has become complacent at this part of the song in his struggles. He's no longer combating Dima or trying to get out of the city. He's complacent in where he's at, and he's no longer fighting. He's accepted his fate. Benefit from a shoe with no lace, take the seat with the crease in it. Now, when I first heard this lyric after my reaction, I thought about the line from Chlorine. When I leave, don't save my seat, I'll be back when it's all complete. Additionally, Heathens came to mind as well. You'll think, how'd I get here sitting next to you? Now, this is a personal thing, but I've always envisioned Tyler singing Heathens from an insane asylum. And honestly, that could be due to Suicide Squad and the marketing and Heathens wrapped up in all that. So thank you for that, Suicide Squad. But that did get me thinking, in asylums and mental institutes, they don't give out shoes with laces. That way their inpatients can't hurt themselves during their stay. So by him saying benefit from a shoe with no lace, take the seat with the crease in it, that could be Tyler drawing upon that imagery that we're already familiar with Chlorine and Heathens. I don't mind if it's lonely, I don't mind if it's fair, I don't care, you control me, leading me anywhere. Now, once again, this is kind of hinting at the fact that Tyler is done fighting. He's given up, he's accepting defeat by the bishops. He's no longer resisting the darkness within himself. But then the song takes a turn. I don't want to backslide to where I've started from. There's no chance I will shake this again. Possible no chances reference there, because I feel the pull, waters over my head, strength enough for one more time, reach my hand above the tide. This lyric almost shows Tyler coming to his senses. He's realizing that he's starting to slip back into his typical pattern, a pattern of potentially life-threatening thoughts. The lyrics before this chorus have led him to this line of thinking, but now he knows he needs to snap out of it. He rises up and fights. He doesn't want to relapse and return to Dima, or worse. Additionally, the frequent usage of water imagery harkens back to quite a few 21 Pilots songs. The most noteworthy one of these is Saturday, and there's quite a few references to that song from Skeleton Icy. The water imagery also alludes to the overwhelming odds that he's up against and the challenges that come along with rebelling against his inner darkness. The line, reach my hand above the tide, really hints to Tyler and Josh swimming back to the surface as the submarine sinks. We'll have even more hints and allusions to the song Saturday as the song progresses. I'll take anything you have if you can throw me a line. I should have loved you better. Do you think that's now the time you should let go? It's over my head. At this point of the song, it really does seem like a cry for help to God. He's reached a point where he realizes he can't do this on his own power. He's realized that he is in these negative thought patterns and he can't do anything within himself to change his external circumstances. He's tired of doing this on his own and realizes that God is his last resort. And through that, he realizes that he shouldn't have put his relationship with God off for this long. He acknowledges his silence with God in the line, do you think that now's the time you should let go? Almost apologizing to God and asking God if he's considering just cutting him off altogether because of his lack of faith or relationship. And again, everyone's going to interpret this just a little bit differently, but I truly do think that this is a cry to help for his creator. And this has largely been absent with most of the Trench storyline. Yes, there are multiple layers to this song, but I really think that this is more coming from Tyler as an artist and human being, as opposed to Clancy, the fictional character within Trench. I really do believe this is coming from Tyler and where he's been in the last 3 years since he wrote Skeleton Icy. Now, coming to the next verse, this one is pretty dense and pretty interesting as well. Bad place on $100 bass, kinda wishing that I never did Saturday. Now, there's two levels to interpretation with this one. The first is the more surface level. He's wishing that he never did Saturday. Tyler, as a creator, wishes that he never produced Saturday and by extension Scaled and Icy. Now, I don't really subscribe to this theory, but I know a lot of fans will. The second line of thinking that I more align with is the character of Clancy wishing that he never was wrapped into Dima and was forced to produce Saturday and by extension Scaled and Icy. Is that a stain? You should change. And that alludes back to the Saturday lyric that reads, "She said that I should change my clothes." The song continues, "Are you doing good? Did you solve all of your problems?" And this could be God asking Tyler, did you accomplish what you wanted to do going away from me on your own power, apart from me? And by extension, are you now ready to come back to me? It also could be interpreted as the fans asking Tyler and Josh, are you good with Scaled and Icy? Are you ready to come back and produce more songs in the Blurry Face or Trench vein or style? Thanks for asking in a way, but accidentally uncovered a new one yesterday. What happened to what I brushed under the rug? Tyler's saying that he's revealed more problems in his life that resulted in trying to escape the original ones. It's a constant rediscovery of self that results in finding new internal issues, ones that he wasn't previously aware of. He can no longer brush these under the rug because the space under the rug is already full of other problems. I really love this imagery because it really does feel claustrophobic. The issues are so apparent and so abrasive that they are constantly surrounding you with no escape. I used to be a champion of a world you can't see. Now I'm drowning in logistics. This is an allusion to Trench and Tyler saying he's the champion of this world via the character of Clancy, but now he's drowning in all these issues that have arisen since his last conflict with the bishops. The chorus repeats and says the line, "Do you think that now's the time you should let go?" And initially, this line reminded me of Goner, where throughout the song, he's pleading to God to not make him a goner, not abandon him, to redeem him at the end of the day. The final line of the song is, "I don't want to backslide," which further alludes to his constant resiliency in the fight. Now, moving on to the video, it's apparent that this is one big cycle. Tyler grabs Ned's breads, attempts to bring them back to Josh and his community. Now, obviously the bread can represent many things. Since it has Ned's face on it, it could quite literally represent creativity like Ned does. But as he resumes his journey back to Josh, he consumes some of the bread, he throws some of it out, and he also sells and trades it for lemonade. He also encounters his trauma and inner demons and darkness, which have a real world effect on the bread. Now, notice how these traumas are triggered by the flashing lights, these same lights that triggered his memories in the Next Semester music video. I'm really wondering if this is going to be a trope that works its way throughout the entire era. The storm he goes through is in his mind, but what takes place in his mind affects the real world around him. The bread gets soggy and ruined. Even though Tyler did not literally go through a storm, the bread becomes ruined and soggy. The most important part though is when Tyler arrives to rejoin Josh, he's separated not only by distance, but by a fence. These struggles are quite literally fencing Tyler off from his community and friends. And not only that, but the internal struggles are real enough to affect the bread, completely ruining it. Tyler tosses it, but on an encouraging note, realizes that he has enough strength to keep going for at least one more cycle. At the beginning of the music video, I mentioned that you need to listen to the lyrics and watch the music video to get the full story. The song sets up a question and the music video provides an answer and resolution. In the song, Tyler prays to God to send him strength to keep going, to send him a rescue line. He's sending out an SOS to his creator. And although the song doesn't provide this resolution, the music video does. Like I mentioned, we see Tyler turn around and go back for another cycle. It's almost like his prayers were answered. God granted him the strength to keep going, which is what Tyler asked. In the end, he's able to fight another day, another cycle. I think this is brilliant. You really do need both parts of the puzzle to connect them together and see the entire story. But with all that being said, that is my interpretation of the lyrics and music video for Backslide. What are your thoughts? There's a lot going on here in this seemingly simplistic music video. If you like what I do and want to support my caffeine addiction, buy me a coffee. The link is in the description. Thank you so much for my latest supporters for purchasing the coffee that fueled this video. With all that being said, call somebody today, whether that's a friend or family member. You may be saving their life. This is Jake with Stolen Potential, and I will see you when I see you.